Hey everyone, my name is Barb Herrera, and this is Health at Any Cost. I am, yes, dressed with my Mickey ears on. My family and I are going to EPCOT on Sunday, and this is going to be, we're celebrating my being able to walk. I have not been able to walk into or walk at a Disney park in about 30 years or so. I did go to Disney a lot, but always used an electric wheelchair, an ECV. I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous. It's really odd. What I'm going to do is we're going to go in and it'll be filmed, which will be fun. I have a shirt made. I'll show you that. Oh, sorry. I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry. I wanted to show you my Mickey. I do have my Mickey on. Yeah. Um, where was I? Oh, so we're going to go into the park and walking around World Showcase. We're going in the International Gateway, and going around World Showcase is 1.2 miles from Mexico to Mexico. So we're going to all go together one time around, and then they're going to disperse, and I'm going to go around two more times. And then I will go and have a good time with the rest of the family. I'm very, very excited. I'm also really nervous because usually when I go to Disney, the first thing I think of is always food. And it's the Food and Wine Festival going on right now at EPCOT. And if I was going in the past before GLP-1s, I would have been planning every flippin' meal and snack. I would have absolutely known exactly what I was going to eat and when. And then I would get snacks along the way because the food is so wonderful at the Food and Wine Festival. There's so many good things to eat. This time, now that I've been on, first I was on Trulicity. I started that in 2022, and then Manjaro at the end of 2023. And I've been on Manjaro until about a week ago, somewhere around there. My insurance decided to change their rules and they don't want to give me Manjaro unless Ozempic and Trulicity don't work. I'm in my second appeal right now asking them to use the Trulicity that I was on as my 6-month trial with that, and then let me use the next 6 months to do Ozempic and show that it's not going to work like Manjaro does. I wrote quite the letter. As soon as I find out what the result is of my appeal, then I will read you all the letter. Okay. So anyway, so now I'm on Ozempic, but I've got 2 more Manjaro shots and I'm going to take one tonight. Should have brought it in here so I could take it with you all. I'm going to take it tonight so that come Saturday and Sunday, Sunday I'm going to be at EPCOT, and then I'm going to be at the beach club for a couple of nights, and then I will be at Animal Kingdom on Thursday. And Animal Kingdom has really good food as well. This time in planning, it's been really interestingly odd that I've not thought about the food. I'm more concerned about my clothes, my arms, making sure that all the logistics of being able to be filmed. Oh, excuse me. Making sure that the logistics of being filmed are all in place. And I think everything is. I think everything is. And now it's time to just relax and let go and let everything unfold exactly how it's going to. My mom was going to go, but she fell during the Hurricane Milton and she's not able to go, which is sad. My mom was a cast member at Disney for 42 years, and I'm very, very proud of her for all she did for Disney. And she's going to be missed on this trip. But two of my 3 kids will be there, and all 5 of my grandkids will be there, and my son-in-law will be there as well. So we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is that the holidays are coming up. That's one thing. Actually, let me take Minnie off. The holidays are coming. And a lot of people last year over the holidays, I watched what was happening because it was my first holiday purposefully on a GLP-1. I didn't really know what I was doing with the Trulicity, but when I was on the Mounjaro, I did. And I watched what people did, and a lot of people stopped their medication for 2, 3, 4 weeks from Thanksgiving to Christmas or Thanksgiving to New Year. And I found that so weird. And I've been trying to think about it because I know that that's going to be happening again. I know there's going to be people calling it an Ozempic vacation is what they call it. And for people that are doing Disney trips, that's another thing that they do is they will either stop their medication, which is more common than taking medication right before they go. I I was really big. I was 405 pounds when I started 2.5 years ago. I'm 147 now. It's crazy. It's wild. I think that I've eaten enough in my life that I don't need to eat any more Disney food. For people that are smaller than me, for people that haven't been to Disney, who want to experience Disney food, I can kind of justify, rationalize, understand why they want to go off the medication. I was for a while, for a few years, I was a Disney food writer. I wrote in blogs, I wrote in forums, things like that. And then I also helped write a book called Vegetarian Dining at Disney World many, many years ago. 95, I think, 97, somewhere around there. It's over there. I could show you. Um, during that time, that I did that, one of the things that we did was went around and ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a 2-week period. We ate in a Disney restaurant and ate, and we paid for it. It's not like we were eating for free. We paid for it. It was so much fun as a fat girl. I easily weighed 350, 360. And it was so much fun. I got so much food. And I was eating vegetarian at the time. I was a vegetarian at the time, but it was specifically for the book. So it had to be vegetarian or vegan. So I had all these fabulous meals made specifically for me. They were fantastic. When we had lunch and we had dinner, we had wine courses. We had a wine with each course that we had. It was so much fun. And I was there with two. One was my partner and one was a friend. And we were staying in Old Key West. And my partner at the time said to me, Barb, can you please make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today? I don't want to eat in a restaurant anymore today. And I thought that was so cute, but not anything. I'm sure that I made her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and went out and ate anyway. I'm sure because that's what I did. I ate a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot more because, I got to 405 and you don't get to 405 pounds by just eating low carb. You just don't get that way. But now, again, with the holidays coming up, I don't feel like I need to have an Ozempic vacation, even if I'm going to be on Ozempic, which is pretty amusing because they always call it Ozempic anyway. Like Band-Aid is a brand name, but everybody calls it Band-Aids, or Kleenex is a brand name and everyone calls it Kleenex. That's kind of what has happened to GLP-1s is now all of them blanketly are called Ozempic. I don't. And when I say Mounjaro, people don't understand what I'm saying. And I have to say, it's like Ozempic, but better. And now here I am on Ozempic. Oh well. Such is life, right? We do what we have to do. The eating part, that 2-week period of eating 3 meals a day in a Disney resort and a Disney restaurant, and we ate at every single restaurant on the property except for Victoria and Albert's, which is at the top of the Grand Floridian. I still, out of all the, I've eaten at every food court, every food court. I've eaten everywhere at Disney except for Victoria and Albert's, Vicky's and Al's. A lot of people call it Vic and Al's. Someday I hope to. That would be fun. But it's really interesting. I think about, well, would I go off the medication in order to do it, or would I just stay on the medication and eat little bits? I don't know. Nobody's invited me, so I'm not going yet. It's a moot point, or as Joey would say in Friends, it's a moo point. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. I've got little notes here. Yeah, the Food and Wine Festival is so much fun. And I'm serious, for the 5 months we've been planning this, I would have absolutely been looking up the menus, what they had, what did the little kiosks have, what did the little countries have, all of that. I would absolutely have planned out every footstep in EPCOT so that I could eat around World Showcase. And this time it's so different, and I can't, because the last time I was at Food and Wine Festival, I was eating. It had to have been, I was pretty bedridden for about 10 years before last year and a half or so. So I didn't go to the parks during Food and Wine for maybe 9 or 10 years, somewhere around there. I didn't think about it because I was really sick. I was really sick and really fat and couldn't walk very well. Even at home, I could walk a few steps with a walker. I was exhausted just walking. I just made my bed yesterday. I made my bed. It took me from pulling down the cover to pulling off the sheets, the pillows, blah, blah, blah. It took me a total of, I counted, 3.5 minutes to make my bed. Before, during my 10 years of being bedridden, I actually had to have people come in and make my bed for me while I sat on a chair and waited. If I ever needed to change my own bed, it would take, and I'm not kidding, it would take 2 days to do it, because and I'd end up sleeping for a couple of days with no sheet, just on the pillow top. That's so sad. That's so sad. And when I was in it, I didn't see the sadness. I felt incredibly depressed, very despondent. Things were not fun at all. It got worse during COVID, during the pandemic. It got worse then, but it was really bad. All of it was just really sad and pitiful. And now that I look back and I look at that bed that I had to buy that holds somebody of 600 pounds so that it doesn't whoosh in the middle, and it's by Big Fig, not sponsored. They don't even know who I am. But Big Fig makes the best beds for big people up to 600 pounds or more. They can reinforce them if we need them to. They're very expensive. It was over $1,000 for a twin, but way worth it because it's still as hard as it was all those years that I had it when I was over 350 to 400 pounds. Taking 2 days or 3 or 4 to make a bed. One of the things that this medication has done for me has opened the prison of fat that I was living in. I'm thinking, I was on Fen-Phen in 95. I lost about 111 pounds or so. And then they took it off the market and I had the heart valve problem. And then I had a gastric bypass, an Roux-en-Y gastric bypass in 2001. And I lost 210 pounds and freaked out about how small I was. I weighed 150. And it was really scary for me, and I outate the surgery. A lot of people will say, and I've probably said it myself, that the gastric bypass failed. Well, I failed the gastric bypass. It didn't fail me. I failed the gastric bypass. I ate around it. You can eat around any bariatric surgery that you want. Um, Even to the point of barfing, if that's what you need to do because you're so full and you want to keep eating, it can happen. It can be done. And now I have a freedom, the satiation, the lack of food noise in my head, food cacophony, I call it, because it's so incessant. I describe it like a ticker tape. It says, what can I eat? Where can I eat? Oh, it's morning time. Oh, let's see if we can go eat. And then we can go out to eat with the family. And then it'll be 2 breakfasts. And then we can have lunch. And then we can have snacks between breakfast and lunch. And if everybody does this, then we can go there. Oh, maybe we can go to a buffet at night. Oh, I can have all I want with a buffet. Nobody will be paying attention to what I'm eating. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, and then it would say things like, oh, you hid candy. There's lots of candy here. Go ahead and eat the candy. Go ahead and eat the cookies. Go ahead and do this. And what these medications, the GLP-1s have done is stopped all of that noise, that running ticker tape, that dialogue that never stops in your head and your mouth either, because of what goes out of your mind reaches into your hand, which pushes into your mouth. And it just continues in that loop over and over and over because there's no satiation at all. There's none. And now I don't think about food. I actually have to sometimes set the clock to be able to know when to eat. That concept to me, even saying it out loud, is so surreal. It's so odd that I have to set a clock to know when to eat. I'm not the only one. And people are going to ask how much Manjaro I was on. I've been on 15 milligrams for about 9 months, 10 months now. And I'm on 2 milligrams of the Ozempic, which is what I did last week. And people wanted to know, a lot of people asked me, well, did you have side effects? Because Ozempic is supposed to have a lot more side effects than Manjaro or Zepbound. I had none except for the constipation that I've had the whole time anyway. But I have my oxy powder. I have my Better Fiber, both found on Amazon. I'm not an affiliate, don't have a little code or anything, sorry. But these, I take 3 of the oxy powder a day, which is magnesium, 3 of the Better Fiber a day, which is fabulous. Let's see here, psyllium husk and slippery elm. And I take 3 of those a day, and I go poop every day. I do, truly, I do. I was going to show you my protein drink, but I ran out of them. So next time I'll have to show you what that is too. And what else do I take? Let's show you what else I take. I take Essential Amino Complex, also from Amazon. I take my Renew Life Women's Care Probiotic. I take 1 of these a day, also from Amazon. The essential amino acids, I take 2 a day because that's what it says to do. And I have a couple more things that I need to I need to refill that are, along with the amino acid, helps build protein and muscle in the body. I have been working, I've done weights for probably the last year, but not nearly enough. And now I've actually got it on my schedule for every 2 days sorry, my nose keeps itching. I'm sorry, not very polite. Every 2 days, I'm going to do a different part of my body with weights. I do them at home. I don't go to a gym. I don't like the gym that's close to us. So I do it here to YouTube. My TV's over there. I do it to YouTube. I do the senior and beginner weight training classes. And I like them very much. They're very helpful. If I did, and I've got, let's see, 1 pound, 3 pound, and 5 pound weights down there. I didn't use weights in the beginning. I used soup cans because I didn't have the money to get weights. And these are real inexpensive weights. I also have a whole bowl over there of elastic bands, the resistance bands, and I've got those too. I learned how to use those in physical therapy for my back. So that's pretty exciting that I can start using those now as well, because those are supposed to be really good for muscle building too. So we always need to build muscle. Protein, 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 protein first. Yes, yes, yes. Always eat your protein first. I because I eat lean cuisine and healthy choice, I supplement with chicken. I used to be, as I said, I was a vegetarian for most of my life and a vegan for many of those years. But when I started Manjaro, I knew that I needed to eat more protein. So I eat some fish, little bit. I've got tuna and stuff like that. But I used to decorate the tuna with lots of mayonnaise and salad dressing, oil and vinegar, mustard, pickles, relish, onions, and it just isn't. I have bread over here that I've had over there for, gosh, 2 weeks. It's probably molded. I haven't even looked to see if it's molded. I already threw one out, two out actually, and I have a picture of that. But when I eat the tuna, I only eat it on one piece of bread now, where I used to eat 2 or 3 sandwiches of tuna. 2 or 3 sandwiches, gobs of mayonnaise, gobs of the Italian dressing, lots of salt. And now I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm trying to think if it bothers me, because I know that some people talk about it bothering them, that they don't want to eat the things that they used to before. I have not been in a drive through since I started Trulicity. I actually, when I was diagnosed with the systolic heart failure on April 22nd of 22, that day I stopped eating Uber Eats. And I will do a whole video about how much money I've saved from not eating Uber Eats, and also how much I've saved with not drinking Diet Coke anymore, which I stopped the day I started Manjaro. Yes, I did. A 30-year Diet Coke addiction that ended in one flippin' day. Now, if it could help me with shopping, that would be helpful. I'm like the planner queen. I need to stop buying planners. Erin Condren, also not an affiliate. None of these people know who I am. They love my money, though. Yeah, they do. Okay, so as I'm sitting here thinking about whether I miss the food, I really do not. And I swear to you, there was a time that I used to say when I was really, really fat, and people would talk about dieting, I would say, if I died tomorrow, would I be happy that I had the brownie today, or would I be unhappy if I had the brownie today? And I said, I would be unhappy if I didn't have it. So I can tell you, I have had a lifetime or four of eating brownies. I used to make them from scratch. I would make the whole 9 by 12 pan, eat it, and then make another one for the family. True story. I swear. Isn't that ghastly? How many of y'all did that? Tell me in the comments if you all did things like that as well, or if you still do and you're looking to get onto the GLP-1s. I I find it freeing, because now I ask myself, would I rather have the brownie, or would I rather walk around Epcot? And I'd rather walk around Epcot. So I will put my ears back on. You can see my baggy arms. I know, I know. Well, I'm going to wear a 3/4 sleeve shirt when I go walking around. Don't want to scare the people. No scaring the tourists. We can't do that. I will publish probably Monday to show you what happened on Sunday. I'm very excited. And I wish I could take all of you along with me. So I am. I am. We are all going to Disney together and we're going to have a good time. Okay. I love you all. Stay well, have fun, and have a magical night. This is Barb Herrera, Health at Any Cost. Have a great night.